Welcome to another edition of Jay's 5 Cents here on Between the Goalposts. Now, I have some bad news for our friend and colleague Andy Reid this week. Don't shoot the messenger. I was not a part of this decision, but my 5 cents this week are 5 reasons why Andy Reid will be fired by the Eagles at the end of the season. They're going to have to let you go, Andy. The first would be the defense. I mean, even though he's an offensive mind, he's basically acting as the general manager of the team, and he's built this defense from the rafters down. Namdi has not been quite the player they expected him to be. All the talent isn't working together in the way it's supposed to, and the linebackers are all way too young. The safeties are either too slow, or, it's just, it hasn't come together. The D has let them down. And that coincides with all the players on the team are smaller than the average size of their position should be. It's okay to do that in spurts, but for your entire team to be undersized, they're getting mauled week by week. So then there's ball security. From LaShawn McCoy to Deshaun Jackson to Jeremy Maclin to Michael Vick, everyone on this team holds the ball like a loaf of bread out away from their body. That is coaching. Coaching can eliminate that in a second. So, sorry, Andy, but that's on you. Then we have the staple of Andy Reid, the pass-happy offense. Now, usually that's okay with the Eagles because, before they've had Brian Westbrook and, guys that fit into the West Coast pass-happy scheme. Now, LaShawn McCoy is finally their best player. And to not feed him, I saw a stat where in the last 3 or 4 games where they were trailing in the fourth quarter, or where they were leading in the fourth quarter, actually, and they ended up blowing that lead, LaShawn McCoy got 4 carries out of 33 offensive plays. That's just inexcusable. He's been on fire the entire season. Why not feed him? So then there's the problem of the free agent frenzy that they engaged in over the summer. Meanwhile, you had players like LaShawn McCoy, who's hired and fired Drew Rosenhaus 3 times because he can't get a contract, and then Deshaun Jackson, who was deactivated last week for missing a meeting, and because he's been unhappy about his contract situation. The way that the Eagles have handled both of these guys, but particularly Deshaun, has been wrong. Just wrong. People are saying that Deshaun Jackson's been a distraction this year and that his numbers have dipped. The guy has 30 catches for 500 yards, and 2 touchdowns, but 500 yards. Before last game, he was on pace for 1,000 yards. He's not too different from Matt Forte right now in the situation. The man is still producing, and they are treating him like dirt. So I think both Reid and Deshaun will not be a part of the Eagles organization next year. Not my call, but that's what I think. Then finally, I was listening to a Philadelphia Inquirer reporter today who was saying that things are perceived for the Eagles much differently from outsiders than from inside the Philadelphia area. While outside we all think that Andy Reid is a great coach, and that is true, in the Philadelphia area it's been 13 years. And even through all the NFC Championship games and all the playoff appearances and all the exciting wins and plays and the amazing after the bye week record, there's no rings. And, Philly's tough. Philly is seriously tough on their athletes, their coaches, their pro sports organizations in general. They just, for better or worse, I think they've had enough of it. And even though they're probably not going to find a better replacement for Andy Reid, time's up. So, at the end of the season, no playoffs, dream team became nightmare, Andy Reid's gone. So, sorry it's before the holidays, but I hope you saved up for Christmas. See you later, guys.